All right, guys. If they join session again, I'm just gonna have to fucking stop playing until they leave. Like, all they're doing is hurting my livelihood. If somebody could please like get me their information, money. It appear offline doesn't work. I'm fucking offline. No, they're joining through recent players. Look here. Look, listen. Appearing offline does not fucking stop it. So stop giving fucking advice you know nothing about.
Now, the subject of today's video is probably the most trolled content creator that I've ever seen. Even if you search up Wings of Redemption on YouTube, you're gonna get results of over a dozen troll channels or troll videos that take what Wings says out of context, or these channels will upload videos of Wings having a mental breakdown. I don't think I've ever witnessed a more trolled content creator on the internet, but if you have, leave the YouTuber in the comments below. Today, we take a look at Jordy Jordan, aka Wings of Redemption. In this video, I collabed with a content creator named Inksmith. Inksmith will start the video off by looking at the beginning of Jordy Jordan's online presence and his rise. Then I'll jump back into the video after to look at Jordy's fall as a content creator and eventual ban off of Twitch. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
Jordy McCready Jordan was born on April 21st, 1986, and is better known online as Wings of Redemption. He is an American Twitch streamer and former Call of Duty commentator. He can be considered a pioneer in the gaming commentary and was initially a very popular YouTuber in the Call of Duty scene during the early days of YouTube. Jordy uploaded his first video on October 1st, 2009, which was a Call of Duty commentary. A relatively new thing at the time and not something that many YouTubers did, as most could upload gameplay but did not commentate over it, as the quality of both mic and video capture were not great at the time. After being shouted out by a popular Call of Duty commentator, he became very popular very quickly, reaching almost 100,000 subscribers, and was even popular enough to boost other YouTubers to fame. During this time, he was known not only for his game skill, but also his commentary on the game of Call of Duty, as well as giving updates on his personal life. This style of content, commentary, and life exposure via gameplay with commentary over top concerning real-life events in a YouTuber and gamer's life was something very new to YouTube and was observed and loved by many of his audience members. He soon got a contract with Machinima, even further boosting his success. He would also collaborate with other Call of Duty commentary communities and YouTubers like Woody's Gamertag and FPS Kyle. Together, they launched the PKA podcast, also known as the Painkiller Already podcast. Made by some of the early to modern gaming YouTubers, the show first started as an audio podcast available only through the site Podbean. This site needed a subscription and to pay for it. Wings of Redemption and FPS Kyle, when announcing their plans to make the show, asked for donations towards the fund, with the top paying donator to be the first guest on the podcast. These three guys brought in the one and only Woody's Gamertag to complete the foursome of hosts, and with the name chosen by Wings, the best show in the multiverse, Painkiller Already was born. Soon after being made, Painkiller Already started to be live streamed and broadcast on the site Justin TV, and then switched to Twitch TV. When his gaming segment of the video live streaming franchise came about, that's when Wings really took off. That's when Wings started to upload the episodes onto his YouTube channel, but due to DDoS attacks around the time of PKA episodes 90 to 106, the show then was switched to pre-recorded, sometimes during the week, usually Wednesday and Friday, and uploaded around Saturdays around 12 p.m. Eastern Time. In 2014, the PKA Patreon was made, a way for fans to get more Painkiller Already experience for a monthly fee. This gave fans many benefits, but also benefited Wings of Redemption, who made money now not only from his YouTube channel, but the podcast as well. It was during this time that the boys would not only talk about Call of Duty, but also generally joke about life. They would also host many different types of contests and have Jordy finally come over to Kyle's house, where he would also begin training to lose weight. During this time, Kyle not only refitted his bathroom to fit Jordy's very large size, but he trained him in order to get a better diet, lose weight, and work on maintaining a more healthy lifestyle. Sadly, this did not completely work, and Jordy gave up early on into the session, went home, and did not continue Kyle's training regimen. When Wings returned home, he resumed his old eating habits, which sadly stopped his weight loss at the time. Nonetheless, Kyle did not hold a grudge, nor did he get very upset, and the group went on as normal, creating more podcasts, and even a new Patreon podcast known as Painkiller Nearly, which was a paid promotional podcast that also brought in a higher amount of income for Wings and the group as a whole. During that time, everything was going well and the guys were still discussing Call of Duty as well as funny everyday life situations. It wasn't until the day that they invited Pro Syndicate, another COD player, onto the show, and a competition was set between him and Wings of Redemption. This is where things really started to turn around in Wings of Redemption's life.
Now, Wings and Syndicate would have a Call of Duty 1v1 match to see if Syndicate was a better Call of Duty player than Wings. This match was streamed on Justin TV and would be viewed by many. At the beginning of the match, Wings was winning, but would quickly find himself losing. Wings would become frustrated and would eventually smash his controller once he realized that there was no coming back to win the match.
I broke my controller.
You broke your controller?
Yeah, keep fucking laughing, you fucking fat.
Jordy would blame him losing on Syndicate for camping and also on Woody's gamertag for not setting up the match properly. Initially, there would be a rematch against the two, but after Wings privately messaged Syndicate and tried to bribe him to throw their next match, Syndicate would end up blocking Wings and would expose the text messages between the two. This would have a negative impact on Wings, not only because he snapped on Woody, who was his friend and the co-host of the PKA podcast, but also because of how he raged during the stream.
Fuck! Why the fuck you stream that shit?
It was your idea.
No, I didn't say stream it. Please cancel the stream.
It's just me playing, Wings.
I don't give a fuck. Please cancel the stream.
Moving on, the members of the PKA podcast planned a survival trip. This trip would see FPS Kyle, Woody's gamertag, and Wings go into the forest and use their survival skills to see how long the trio could last out in the wild. This trip was huge, but at the very last second, Wings would back out of the trip while Kyle was already at the entrance of the forest and waiting for Wings.
Day comes. It's time to do this thing. And so I set out on this quite long drive. I'm going to say it's 5.5 hours from where I lived at the time to where we're doing this thing. So if I leave the night before, I'm going to get a motel room in the area 30 minutes from the meetup location. And that way I don't have to drive, early in the morning. I don't want to leave my house at 5 a.m., get there at 10 a.m. and be already just kind of out of it before we begin hiking and surviving and such. So I'm driving in the night before and I think to myself, hey, let me give old Wings a call, make sure we're all good to go here, because it's Wings. Call him up, say, hey man, you get ready to do this thing. I'm driving in now, about 3 hours from the place. What are you up to? You could leave, if you left right now, you'd be here around 11, and you could share this motel room with me. I could get a room with 2 beds or something. He's like, I'm not going. What? What do you mean? I'm not coming. When were you going to tell me? I'm telling you right now. What the? So I call. I text Woody. I'm like, he's not fucking going. He's not fucking going.
This would be the final straw for Woody and Kyle, and they would end up permanently banning Jordy off the PKA podcast. After being kicked off the PKA podcast, Wings was desperate to find success on YouTube without the PKA podcast, but he struggled to find any way to recapture the views that he once received. He would even go as far to create another podcast, but that podcast would end after 89 episodes due to the host having horrible communication and Jordy taking shows off because of pure laziness. To add salt to the wound, Jordy Jordy's girlfriend Brandy would leave him in 2016. With a lack of success on YouTube after being kicked off of the PKA podcast, and with his girlfriend leaving him, Wings would switch over to Twitch where he could live stream his content and wouldn't have to worry about doing the extra stuff like editing his videos and making thumbnails. Now, even though the content was easier to make on Twitch, there was one major issue. With YouTube, you can edit out the bad games you had and just put in all the good games. This way, it makes you look way better than what you actually are, and fans of Wings realized very quickly that Wings wasn't as good of a Call of Duty player than he made himself look. He would have horrible games and didn't look at all like the great Call of Duty player that his fans thought he was from editing his content on YouTube. Up to this point, Wings still had a good handful of fans, but after he would tell one of his viewers that he was playing a 1v1 against that he hoped their family passed away in a car accident, the fans started to turn into trolls.
I'm just trolling you, chill.
Hey, whatever. I hope your family dies in an automobile wreck.
What? Who the fuck says that?
I say that because you're a fucking piece of shit. You're a human equivalent of a piece of shit.
It's a video game. What the fuck?
This would be more evident in a video by Sean Ranklin, where he would upload a clip from Jordy's stream where he would be stream sniped to a point where Wings would throw his remote, put his head against the wall, and then he would proceed to punch a hole in that same wall. Here's the video.
I just can't do it. I can't take this shit no more, man. All I wanted to do was, like, I was fucking lonely. I wanted to just fucking stream and have a good time. Have a good game. I hate my life.
This would be the explosion of troll channels and videos aimed at Wings of Redemption. During June of 2018, Jordy would finally get the weight loss surgery that he was saving up for. He would get gastric sleeve surgery, and he would get the surgery done in Mexico where it was a lot cheaper. This had many people feeling like they got scammed because Wings was leaning more towards getting the surgery done in America, which would have cost more money. After the surgery, Wings would buy a 2014 Ford Mustang with some of the leftover donation money. And these actions just made Jordy look even more guilty of spending the donation money. After the surgery, Jordy would end up putting all of his videos on his YouTube account on private to try and ease the content for the channels that troll him. But Wings was only able to do this for 1 year because in July of 2021, Jordy would get banned off of Twitch for hate speech. This would lead Wings back to the YouTube platform. At this point, during the summertime, the trolls were at an all-time high. A picture of Jordy's penis from 2013 would end up being leaked. Wings would end up going on stream with his wife to have her agree with him that his wee-wee was the size of a water bottle, and she didn't agree with him. And in fact, she didn't even defend Jordy.
What?
I don't know.
You could answer it.
I don't know.
How don't you know? You see it.
Do I?
After this, someone would go onto TikTok with Jordy as their profile picture. They would link his social media accounts and would act as if they were the real Wings of Redemption. They would make sexual remarks towards females on TikTok, and this would result in the cops pulling up to Jordy's house at 3 in the morning, where Jordy had to beg the cops to believe him that he wasn't the profile that was on TikTok.
Happened last night. I had a cop show up to my house, and I'm like, "What's up, dude?" And he's like, "You harassing women in Missouri online?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "You have any social media?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube." He's like, "Well, I know." Hold on, stop you right there. I know you're lying to me because I got video evidence. I'm like, "Lying to you about what? Harassing a woman in Missouri? I don't know anybody in Missouri." He's like, "Well, you need to stop with the lying. I got you on video, so there's no doubt about it." And I'm like, "Nah, dog. I'm an internet personality." And then we had a debate, and I tried to explain to him like what I did, and like have all these people that follow me that fuck with me, and basically the conversation ended with, you know, if I continue to do it, they're going to get a warrant for me for telecommunications harassment. And I told him, like, it's going to continue to happen because I'm not doing it. and he couldn't understand that it was somebody else pretending to be me.
People would start to dig up clips from Jordy's past where it made him sound a bit weird, where he would say that a 16-year-old and a 40-year-old dating isn't weird because she's old enough to make her own decisions. Just moving forward, Jordy would get his PSN account hacked and then banned because they would use his account and message racist remarks to other players. And now we finally get to the present day. Jordy's old friend Aaron would be invited to a Discord call with trolls. During this Discord call, Aaron would claim that Jordy did some weird shit when they were younger that would get him kicked out of his house, but would take back all of his claims and state that the trolls clipped and edited what he said to take it out of context and make Wings look way worse. Wings and Aaron would go on a live stream to watch the video together, and during the live stream, Aaron would again take back everything that he said. Now, as I'm recording this, I gotta say that's gotta be very, very awkward to be in a room with somebody that you're just talking shit about on a Discord of his trolls and just being in the same room as him and reacting to the video. Aaron would eventually upload an apology video that many believed he was forced to make, and then he would block Wings on Twitter. Eventually, Wings would go on an interview with Keemstar and Tipster for $200, where Keemstar would ask him a bunch of questions about the allegations against him. Here's part of the interview.
So, you know, as I'm watching the video, and I didn't see the full thing because you did delete the VOD. Why exactly did you delete the VOD?
The honest answer to this is I have a whole horde of people that try to fuck with me on every level possible. Like just today, I'm literally putting a clown nose on, doing whatever they want in hopes they give my PlayStation account back because they stole my PlayStation account again for the second time in 3 months. And but anything that's somewhat controversial, I delete because I don't want them to like mass report me to YouTube and try to take, you know, money away from me because they already did it with Twitch, right? They already got.
You know how it kind of looks suspicious that original claim that things were taken out of context disappears off the internet. You hide that video, and then doesn't he come forward with a short YouTube video saying that it's all lies?
Well, he does two things. I don't know if you know this. He goes back to the troll Discord and he basically confronts them for like 30 or 40 minutes, and then he makes that video, right? and
see, they can't be Wings. Listen, these two things can't exist. It can't be they talked to me for hours and everything was taken out of context, and then this other video saying I lied about the whole thing.
What you're trying to say is I threatened him with something to get this reaction, and I tell you, I did not.
No. I'm not trying to lead the question. I'm just saying something is wrong with these two statements. In one statement, he's saying the trolls took me out of context. The trolls move my words around, right? The other statement,
what happened the next day?
Lied.
The next day, the trolls came out with part 2, and they put their voices in, and it disproved that he wasn't getting his sentences weren't getting moved around. Because even in my video, if you go back and watch it, I question him. I'll go, hey, how can the trolls take you out of context saying that my wife thinks I smell and that, you know, like I was going to give her land to marry me? How's that taken out of context? Like, what question did they ask you to get that answer? And he didn't have an answer for it.
At the end of the interview, Keemstar talked to Wings about everything that he could do to feed into the trolls and grow his channel off of the trolls, and it was some pretty decent advice coming from Keemstar. Now, where does Jordy go from here? I think he should take Keemstar's advice, make a podcast, feed into the trolls, and just be himself on streams because it's your true, authentic self, and there's no holding back when you're on a stream. It would be more entertaining, and as long as he doesn't say anything incredibly racist, then people would be on his side. If we take a look at Jordy's Social Blade account, he has grown 2,000 subscribers in the past month, which is a slow growth, but it's still growth nonetheless. I would go as far as to say that Wings should try to patch things up with the guys on the PKA podcast. Maybe not to be a host again, but to just come in as a special guest. But Wings of Redemption has been trolled for years, with many content creators, now including myself, making videos on him and what he needs to change or his downfall. And Jordy doesn't even like to watch those videos. There's a clip that is floating around where he shows off Sunny V2's video, and instead of saying, hey, I watched the video, He said, I watched 30 seconds of the video and realized it was just a troll video. And I don't know if you've ever watched the Sunny V2 video, but he does give some decent credit where credit's due. And I don't think Sunny V2 even came off as a troll in that video. I think it was a very good professional video, and Wings just was uncaring to even look at the video and take the criticism. At the end of the day, the only person Jordy is fighting against is himself. But anyways, this has been the downfall of Jordy Jordan, aka Wings of Redemption. Thank you so much to Inksmith for chopping it up on the channel and collabing with me. This channel will be in the link in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video where we finally look at EDP 445.
Woo! It's showtime! Woo!
But anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.